Hello friends, I am Jayati and today I am going to talk about the lung cancer. So mainly we will cover the risk factors, symptoms of the lung cancer and the treatment of the lung cancer part. So when somebody develops lung cancer, he thinks that this is common or uncommon. So today I will answer this question. This is the second most common cancer in male and this is the fourth most common cancer in the female. Now you can get the answer. Now we will start with the risk factor of this. What are the risk of the lung cancer? So when some patients are reported to the lung cancer, all the patients, 90% of the patient is having the history of smoking habit. Okay, so the 90% cases is having the history of smoking. It may be in the form of cigarette, bidi, tobacco, e-cigarettes, tubal tobacco. These are all kind of things. So these are the main cause of developing lung cancer. So now because some females are they are not smoking and some candidates are not smoking, still they are having young lung cancer maybe in very young age. So I just wanted to highlight one point here. So there are some there's some differentiation. There's a first hand smoke, second hand smoke, and third hand smoke. The person they are directly smoking, they are coming the first hand smoking conditions. The person they are surrounding with the area where the other person are smoking, that is second hand smoke. And the third hand smoke is that when you are surrounding with the area infrastructure where some person are smoking and it consumed by the carpets, curtains, so maybe furniture. So you are at that time called third hand smoke. So there are some sort of myths is there, just like shisha bars or e-cigarettes are safe. Okay, so I just wanted to address this point here. They are not safe. They are as risky as the other things are, which I have just explained. So the 90% risk factors coming from the cigarettes and smoke. The rest 10% there are other categories also. First is this pollution. The pollution, now WHO has also labeled pollution as a carcinogenic. So they have so much carcinogenic components. For example, just like silica. So it can it can be carcinogenic and it can be one of the cause to developing the lung cancer. So other thing is that some person are working in the petrol pumps and iron mining industries. They are also at the high risk of developing lung cancer. So the other point is that the person they are consuming alcohol, they are also at the high risk of developing lung cancer. And the last thing is that there's a this is the this is radon gas. This radon gas is a colorless and the odorless gas, okay, which is excreting from the environment only. And mainly it is having the high amount where the buildings are very close. There is a very less of ventilation, mainly at the basement. There is a very high volume of this gas. So this gas can also cause lung cancer. Okay, so now we are coming to the part what are the symptoms of the lung cancer. Though as we all know, the main symptom is that shortness of the breath. So you will face some problem when you are breathing. Okay, so second point is that the blood in sputum is also there. And not only this is you having some chest pain. And the some conditions, some patient has reported the pain in the bone. Okay, and most of the patients are when they are having the pain in the bone in the chest, they are the metastatic stage. So now I want to just come in the part of the treatment part. Okay, so when somebody reported that they are having some sort of symptom, then they come to the clinician. They order some type of imaging and diagnostic test. And after that, if they having some doubt that this person may have developed some chances of having the cancer, or he is having some doubt in that, so they order the biopsy test or affinity test. This kind of test are done in the lab. They take some type of tumor when with the area, and they there is a particular paraffin block is there. So after that they do the testing in all these things, and they confirm that this is a lung cancer case. Okay, the next step is that they just wanted to know what is the subtype of lung cancer. Okay, So there is a non-squamous cell lung cancer, small cell lung cancer, you know. So they want to know the subtype. Okay, what is the cause of, is this thing? For example, the small cell are the most sensitive to the chemotherapy. So now after the subtype part, the clinician next step, they want to do the staging. What is the stage of tumor? Okay, so it is in the metastatic stage, or it is just localized to the one place only. So in normal condition, this lung cancer metastasized to the places just like liver, bone, as well as the brain. So the three parts. So after the staging things, so this is done, and now I just wanted to come the treatment part. When some patient is coming at the first stage, so clinician may do the surgery. When some patient came in the second stage, and at that time the clinician may do the surgery and radiation. And the patient came in the third stage, at that time your doctor can do the surgery or radiation. If the point come here, if the patient come at the fourth stage, okay, so your doctor will do the medicines. Okay, they can be the chemotherapy medicine, immunotherapy medicine, or targeted medicine. So in that thing, if you get to know that what is the major cause, what was the major gene they are responsible to develop this disease. So what is the driving mutation? So to know all these things, there are particular tests. This is called NGS testing, next generation sequencing testing. And these some of the lab performing these steps to India, or some of the tests are going to the international market also. So in that you will know what is the driving gene to developing this disease. For example, in lung cancer there are the EGFR, ALK-ROS. These are the some genes. Okay, BRAF, KRAS. So these are some genes, they are responsible to for this sort of the condition. So for example, like patient is having the EGFR positive, so at that time doctor will know that erlotinib or zafatinib is going to work in this condition. So they will prescribe this medicine, and your treatment will be very personalized. Okay, so this type of cancer testing is now available. And actually the good part is that now a patient which is coming at the fourth stage, the survival time is 1.5 years to 2 years, and that is actually very promising timing. So so this is all the things. So this is I just wanted to sum up here. So to the now all the parts and all the situations are there. So if you want to know something more about it, or some different kind of tumor or cancer type, or if you want to know something more, so you can give me the comment. So I will definitely will do the next video on that topic. Thank you.